One Pager 7, 3 Days, written and narrated by David Thomas. In my youth, I dreamt beyond the confines of my material conditions, and wanted to see distant lands and the cultures which existed there. One day, as I sat on the soft earth, I took my plastic shovel and began to dig a hole. Rumor said that this was the surest way to see these lands, and I followed them to their end. I dug for 3 hours with unbridled energy and vigor. I went without respite, and was ensnared by the utmost concentration. Birds sang to me. The wind blew languidly. The smell of spring filled my nostrils, yet I ignored them all. Nothing existed except for my desire to see those distant lands. This yearning was a faint hunger that nothing could satiate, and in spite of the living world around me, I traveled alone. When I finished, my arm barely touched the hole's bottom, and satisfied with my progress, I decided to stop digging and head home. That night I dreamed of the setting sun and a vast stone wall. The wall obscured the horizon, and the sun, gingerly, like a feather falling to the earth, fled behind its bulk. On the second day my vigor was diminished by the dream, yet I pressed on and found my hole. I saw grass clippings within its contours, and I cleaned and prepped it without thought. Then I began digging, and gradually widened the hole so my body could fit inside. Again the birds sang, the wind blew, and the smell of spring filled my nostrils, yet I continued to ignore them. Tunnel vision consumed me, and I thought of only those distant lands and their possibilities. Again life's gift was lost upon me, and solitude was my companion. When I finished, the hole was 6 feet deep, and I climbed out of it, thinking my goal was close at hand. I headed home, and that night the same dream came upon me. However, the wall was now gargantuan, and the sun more distant. On the third day I walked to my hole, but found a man, a groundskeeper, filling it with dirt. Anger took hold of me, but I restrained it, and waited for him to leave. When he'd gone, I saw the destruction he'd sowed, and was determined to obtain my goal. So I dug, and dug, and dug, until my shovel broke. Then I clawed at the ground with my bare hands, but grief and exhaustion overwhelmed me. My dream, my destiny, seemed so close, yet it eluded me. I reached for it as though it were the sun, and experienced only sorrow. The moon shined upon me, and I laughed, tearing up, hearing life's voice for the first time. An epiphany seized my heart, and I realized that this chasing, this searching, this longing was folly. I stood, renewed by my realization, dusted myself off, climbed out of the hole, and headed home.